What? Why you ain't subscribed yet, bro? It ain't nothing to subscribe, bro. It's free, bro. Hit the subscribe button. Join TOK right now. Don't be a lame. Join the gang, stupid. Boy, Corey Aker, one cocky young thug. That's my slogan. Hey, I'm back with another video, dig. Today we're watching 9 serial killers who are still active in 2024.
While the likes of Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer,
Now, low-key, this is crazy because what you mean still active? Like, they still out there, you know what I'm saying?
and Edmund Kemper will always live in infamy, there are individuals currently out committing the most gruesome crimes against humanity. From the twisted minds of these killers to the relentless pursuit of justice, we shine a light on the terrifying reality of currently active serial killers and delve into the depths of their depravity. Brace yourself for a journey into the darkest corners of the human psyche.
Okay.
The River City Ripper. In the heart of Little Rock, Arkansas, a series of horrifying stabbings unfolded between 2020 and 2021, leaving the community in a state of fear and confusion. These seemingly random attacks claimed the lives of 3 innocent victims and left 1 wounded,
They all look like crackheads.
as a single suspect wreaked havoc on the city. Despite the efforts of law enforcement, this elusive killer remains at large, casting a shadow of uncertainty over the community. The first murder occurred on August 24, 2020, when 64-year-old Larry Eugene McChristian was found stabbed to death on a stranger's porch. The brutal attack was captured on surveillance footage, but the killer's identity remained a mystery. Just a month later, on September 23rd, 62-year-old Jeff Welch was discovered dead on his front porch with a puncture wound to his neck, confirming the presence of a serial killer. After a period of silence, the city was struck by another wave of violence on April 11, 2021. Deborah Walker, a 41-year-old woman, was brutally attacked and stabbed 15 times. Miraculously,
God damn. I was about to say on the front porch too. This nigga obviously a front porch bandit. He telling them niggas to hop off the porch. They want to stay on the porch. He telling them to hop off the porch. They don't want to hop off the porch, so he's hopping them off for them.
she survived her injuries, providing crucial
She survived 15. Wait.
the presence of a serial killer. After a period of silence, the city was struck by another wave of violence on April 11, 2021. Deborah Walker, a 41-year-old woman, was brutally attacked and stabbed 15 times.
God damn. Nigga was in that bitch. What the fuck?
Miraculously, she survived her injuries.
What the fuck? She survived? For real? Like 15 stab wounds, she survived? Her ass need to be the next 50 Cent. Many men wish death upon her. It probably was the crack. You see how she looked? What the
Providing
fuck?
crucial information about her assailant. Less than 24 hours later, 40-year-old Marlon Anthony Franklin was found stabbed to death, further solidifying the connection between the cases.
Little Rock police issue a safety alert after multiple knife attacks in the city. 3 of those attacks have been homicides, and police believe they are all connected and now have a $20,000 reward for the suspect.
The Little Rock Police Department, in collaboration with
Y'all niggas suck at y'all job.
the FBI's behavioral analysis team, concluded that these chilling attacks were the work of a single offender. The killer targeted strangers walking alone in the early hours of the morning, between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. Despite
That's why you don't go outside around this time. You know who the fuck I'm talking to. Like, what the fuck?
increased police patrols and a $20,000 reward, the suspect remains at large, leaving the community on edge. Following the chilling murders in Little Rock, the police launched a relentless investigation to bring the perpetrator to justice. After the discovery of the 4th victim, Marlon Anthony Franklin, the authorities officially concluded that a singular offender likely committed these heinous crimes. This revelation sent shockwaves through the community as the realization dawned that a serial killer was at large. Despite the community's determination and the relentless pursuit of justice, the identity of the Little Rock serial killer remains a mystery. The case remains
What
open.
the fuck?
Law enforcement continues to follow leads and explore every avenue to apprehend the suspect. The city
Bro, y'all suck, bro. He started in 2020, bro. He started during COVID time. Bro, it's 4 years later and this nigga still outside? Yo,
of Little Rock
I feel bad for y'all Little Rock niggas, bro, cause y'all niggas is word. Y'all going through it over there. Y'all gotta fear for y'all life every day. Y'all don't even want to go outside no more.
stands united, refusing to let fear define them as they await the day when the elusive killer will be brought to justice. The West Mesa Bone Collector.
A call to police led to the gruesome discovery of the remains of 11 women and 1 unborn child. Their bodies were in shallow graves, scattered across a 100-acre plot of land being prepared for development. Almost all of the women were Hispanic.
Damn.
All of them had connections to prostitution and drugs,
Damn.
and they had all been reported missing between 2002 and 2005.
God damn, it's 2024.
In the annals of unsolved crimes, few cases are as haunting and perplexing as the West Mesa murders. Between 2001 and 2005, the desolate desert of Albuquerque, New Mexico became the burial ground for at least 11 women. Their remains were discovered in 2009, sending shockwaves through the community and leaving law enforcement grappling with a mystery that remains unsolved to this day.
Yo, bro, where to y'all suck at y'all fucking
walk with her dog Ruka, stumbled upon a bone that resembled a femur. Uncertain of its origin, she took a picture and sent it to her sister, a registered nurse. The confirmation came swiftly. It was indeed a human bone. With that bone as the catalyst, a grim discovery unfolded. Detectives combed the West Mesa near 118th Street SW, unearthing 11 graves that held the remains of 2 teenagers and 9 adults. The victims, most of whom were Hispanic females, had disappeared between 2001 and 2005. Their ages ranged from 15 to 32, their lives cut short in the prime of their youth. Among the victims were Jamie Barella, Monica Candelaria, Victoria Chavez, Virginia Cloven, Selania Edwards,
So they all been in the system.
Cinnamon Elks, Doreen Marquez, Julie Nieto, Veronica Romero,
God
Evelyn
damn!
Salazar, and Michelle Valdez. These names represent lives tragically taken, families left shattered, and a community forever scarred. What
I don't live them, bro. I feel bad for their family, bro. That shit crazy.
made the West Mesa murders even more chilling was the fact that most of the victims had links to sex work. This led investigators to believe that a serial killer, dubbed the West Mesa Bone Collector, was specifically targeting vulnerable women in this line of work. The investigation took a dark turn as law enforcement delved into the world of sex trafficking and the dangers faced by those involved. The Albuquerque Police Department, in collaboration with the FBI, launched a massive investigation into the West Mesa murders. The FBI profilers joined the investigation, creating suspect profiles and analyzing the evidence. But despite their expertise, the killer remained elusive. Promising leads turned into dead ends, leaving
Damn.
detectives frustrated and the families of the victims desperate for answers. In an effort to break the case, the FBI offered a reward of up to $100,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or
You know they down bad and the police really can't do shit when they got motherfuckers putting rewards for 100K just for like any information. That's how you know they don't got shit on shit. They don't have nothing on that person. That shit is
persons
crazy.
responsible for the West Mesa murders. Yet, despite the substantial reward, the killer's identity remained a mystery. Today, the West Mesa murders remain unsolved. The West Mesa Bone Collector still roams free, leaving a trail of unanswered questions and shattered lives in their wake. But the fight for justice continues. The victims will not be forgotten, and law enforcement remains committed to solving this chilling mystery. Jeff Davis, 8 killers. In the quiet town of Jennings, Louisiana, a series of unsolved murders sent shockwaves through the community between 2005 and 2009. The victims, known as the Jeff Davis 8 or the Jennings 8, were 8 women whose bodies were discovered in the swamps and canals surrounding the town. The state of decomposition of the bodies made it incredibly challenging to determine the exact cause of death, adding to the mystery and horror of the case. The first victim, Loretta Lewis, was found floating in a river by a fisherman on May 20th, 2005. This tragic discovery marked the beginning of a series of murders that would grip the town for years to come. The other victims included Ernestine Marie Daniels Patterson, Kristen Gary Lopez, Whitney Dubois, Laconia Muggy Brown, Crystal Shea Benoit Zeno, Brittany Gary, and Nicole Guillory. Each of these women had their lives cut short in the most brutal and senseless manner. Author and investigative reporter Ethan Brown delved deep into the investigations surrounding the Jeff Davis
He probably did it. Look at him. He like a fucking psychopath. What the fuck?
8 and uncovered a web of missteps and controversies within the local sheriff's office.
In south central Louisiana, a small town has been on edge for years. 8 young women, known as the Jennings 8, were murdered over 4 years. No closure and no.
Why do they call them the Jennings 8? I know it's 8 women, but why do they call it Jennings 8?
Could police corruption be a reason why?
As Brown's investigation unfolded, he uncovered a web of connections between the victims, the suspects, and the police. Many of the victims knew each other well, either through blood relations or shared living arrangements. They also shared common traits, such as poverty, mental illness, and histories of drug abuse and sex work. Tragically, these women not only faced the hardships of their circumstances, but also served as informants for the police, providing valuable information about the local drug trade and other.
Oh, they was federal informants. That's why they got picked off.
Victims before their own untimely deaths. What makes the Jeff Davis 8 case even more disturbing is the revelation that members of the local law enforcement were named as suspects by their own witnesses. Allegations of misconduct within the sheriff's office have further complicated the investigation. In an attempt to address the accusations against investigators, the sheriff ordered DNA testing for every investigator working on the Jeff Davis 8 case in 2009. However, the office has refused to comment on the results of the testing, leaving the families of the victims and the community in a state of uncertainty. Despite
Chat, somebody in that office killed them bitches, bro. And they not trying to tell it out because they gonna make it look like, oh, you can't trust the law. We ain't never trust y'all niggas. Y'all just giving us more of a reason not to. You not putting out the information after y'all got the test back? Oh, hell no, twin.
the arrests and warrants issued for suspects in connection with the case, progress has been slow, and no one has been held accountable for the murders of Jeff Davis 8. The haunting question remains: who is responsible for these heinous crimes, and will justice ever be served?
Hell no,
The Eastbound Strangler. It was in the fall of 2006 when the city of Atlantic City was gripped by fear. 4 women, all sex workers, met a gruesome fate at the hands of the Eastbound Strangler. Their bodies were discovered in a drainage ditch behind the now demolished Golden Key Motel, sending shockwaves through the community and captivating the nation. The victims, Molly Dilts, Kim Raffo, Barbara Bridor, and Tracy Roberts, were found face down in a row, their lifeless bodies arranged in a macabre display. Placed 60 feet apart from each other, they all shared a common fate: death by strangulation. The Eastbound Strangler showed no mercy, leaving a chilling signature on their victims. Barbara V. Bridor, a 42-year-old sex worker who struggled with cocaine addiction, disappeared in October 2006. Her body was so badly decomposed that the cause of death could not be determined. Molly Jean Dilts, a 20-year-old originally from Blacklick, Pennsylvania, was the first victim to be killed. Despite not having a record for sex work, she was believed to be working in that industry at the time of her death. Kim Raffo, a 35-year-old former waitress from Canarsie, Brooklyn, had turned to sex work in Atlantic City. She was last seen alive a day before.
So it's like most of these are like sex trafficking and shit like that.
The bodies were discovered.
I'm just noticing this pattern.
The Eastbound Strangler's grip tightened around her throat, ending her life in a brutal act of violence. Tracy Ann Roberts, a 23-year-old former erotic dancer from Delaware, also fell victim to the Eastbound Strangler. She struggled with drug addiction and had been hit in the throat by a man who wished to be her pimp. Shortly before her disappearance, the Golden Key Motel, once a place of refuge for those seeking shelter, became a haunting crime scene. The Eastbound Strangler had chosen this location to carry out their heinous acts, leaving a lasting scar on the community. The investigation into the Eastbound Strangler's crimes was met with numerous challenges. Suspects came and went, but no one was ever named as a definitive suspect. Terry Olson, a repairman who was staying at the Golden Key Motel at the time of the murders, was implicated by his girlfriend during a domestic dispute. However, no DNA matches were found to connect him to the crimes. Eldred Raymond Birchall, who had confessed to killing people, was also considered a suspect, but no evidence linked him to the murders. In 2010, a possible connection between the Eastbound Strangler and the Gilgo Beach serial killings emerged. Law enforcement officials investigated the similarities between the two cases, hoping to uncover a link. However, this theory was later ruled out, leaving both cases as separate and unsolved mysteries. Over the years, various conspiracy theories have emerged, attempting to shed light on the identity of the Eastbound Strangler. Some speculate that multiple killers may be operating under the same moniker, while others believe that the true culprit has yet to be discovered. These theories add to the intrigue and mystery surrounding the case.
Nah, that one was deep, bro. What the fuck?
Smiley Face Killer. The Smiley Face Killer stems from the Smiley Face murder theory that first emerged in the late 1990s when Gannon and Duarte began.
He been outside since the 1990s? Nah, he's
examining
lit.
a
What the
series of
fuck? Not
mysterious
like that.
deaths involving
Saying it like he lit, like god damn, that nigga lit. Like he been living life for since the 1990s and he ain't been caught.
young men found dead in bodies of water across several Midwestern American states.
Damn.
These victims, often college-aged, athletic, and successful, had one thing in common. They had been last seen leaving bars or parties while under the influence of alcohol. It was during their investigation that Gannon and Duarte made a chilling discovery. Graffiti depicting a smiley face had been found near the locations where some of the bodies were recovered.
Damn.
This connection led them to theorize that
nah, this nigga something like really wrong with his head and mentally, because okay, killing people, yeah, something's wrong with you. You need help. You need to go to jail. You need to, you know what I'm saying, you need help. But killing people and then leaving a trademark behind it, bro, like you a supervillain or something, is crazy, bro. Like that is ultimate craziness. Like you need to be shot in the fucking head ASAP.
these deaths were not accidental drownings.
In GTA.
as concluded by law enforcement agencies, but the work of a serial killer or killers. The smiley face graffiti became a haunting symbol associated with the alleged murders. It seemed to taunt investigators, leaving behind a sinister signature at the scenes of these tragic crimes. The smiley face murder theory gained significant attention in 2008 when Gannon and Duarte published a textbook case study titled Case Studies in Drowning Forensics. This publication brought their findings to a wider audience and ignited a heated debate among law enforcement agencies, experts, and the public. However, not everyone was convinced by the smiley face murder theory. Other police forces that had investigated similar deaths disputed the conclusion that these cases were linked. The La Crosse, Wisconsin Police Department, which had been in charge of 8 of the investigations, concluded that the deaths were accidental drownings of inebriated men and
There's no fucking way.
found no evidence of smiley face symbols at any of the scenes. The Center for Homicide Research also published a research brief attempting to scientifically refute the theory. They argued that the smiley face graffiti found near the bodies did not match each other, suggesting that they were not drawn by the same killer. Additionally, they
Man, y'all niggas is bullshit. Y'all just don't want to be like, oh yeah, this motherfucker's still outside since 1990. Y'all don't want it to be known that he been outside for this long. So y'all trying to dispute it.
pointed out that the absence of physical trauma or drugging in most of the
'Cause y'all
victims'
can't do y'all
cases
fucking job.
indicated accidental drowning rather than foul play. The smiley face murder theory has also made its way into popular culture. In 2019, a docuseries titled Smiley Face Killers: The Hunt for Justice aired on the Oxygen television network, shedding light on the cases of young men who have disappeared and whose bodies were later found in bodies of water. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, has also weighed in on the smiley face murder theory. In a statement, the FBI acknowledged the information provided by Gannon and Duarte, but stated that they have not developed any evidence to support the theory of a serial killer or killers. They believe that the majority of these instances appear to be alcohol-related drownings. The smiley face murder
Damn,
theory
so they not even like looking to seek justice for these young men, bro. They not even trying at all. They trying to just throw away the fact that they, you know what I'm saying, that they're not trying to make it seem like since 1990 it's been a motherfucker doing this shit since 1990. They not trying to make it seem like that. That means like they're not doing their fucking job properly. They can't do their fucking job. They don't want to admit to not being able to catch the niggas, so they trying to say, nah, it's probably just young niggas just drunk, not knowing how to swim, and they drown. That's what they're trying to say,
continues to
basically.
captivate the public's imagination, raising questions about the existence of a smiley face killer and the nature of these unsolved cases. The debate surrounding these murders serves as a reminder of the complexities and challenges faced by law enforcement agencies in solving such crimes.
That's crazy. Hey man, I hope y'all like this shit. This was like very interesting and deep. Like this shit, like I'm like, damn, really? Type shit, you feel me? But I hope y'all like this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe for more videos, bro. It's been your boy Corey, the one cocky young thug. That's my slogan, bro. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Keep going in your life, fuck niggas.
I want to be the greatest in the world, not for the money and the fame and the girls, not for the car keys or the jet skis, but the vacation to the West Indies.